Yo, what is going on, you guys? BashtianYgo here, and I'm here with my boy CJ, San Antonio CJ, the man himself. How we doing, my friend?
Oh, doing pretty good, pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. I see a little Horus monster right over there. What's that? What's that bad boy doing?
Just he's hanging out, chilling out with the crew,
Chilling out with the crew at the schoolyard?
Oh yeah,
Is that how the song goes?
It's all the cool kids go there.
Hell yeah, man. So we got some horror stuff, guys. Honestly, CJ, you've been piloting this deck for quite some time now, and it's just gotten exponentially better since you've really started with it. And now it is actually a crazy good deck. Actually, when we were at the regional, guys, CJ was actually on a crazy tearing it up. Unfortunately, we didn't get to top, but still had a phenomenal run at the Houston Regional with this deck as well. Topping here in San Antonio, of course, so we got a lot of good accolades for this deck. My brother, we saw the Horus cards, but what is this goo that you have concocted?
Oh man, okay, so this is like a Horus Therion build, but I got some interesting packages in here.
Okay.
That kind of help supplement the deck and stuff for it to run.
Okay. So where the idea for this come from? Did you just like think, oh yeah, Therion's and Horus make sense?
Oh well, I've always really loved Therions. Like I play Therions like if I could, I'd play just like pure Therion. If it had its own engine and stuff.
I feel that.
So I kind of just dabbled into it a little bit. Saw that Horus works really well, and I kind of just picked it up and ran with it.
Cool. All right, man. Well, heck yeah. I know you've been tearing it up, but let's go ahead and get into the goo.
All right. First of all, I have a couple of shout outs. Sebastian.
Yeah, my apologies. Please.
Sorry. No. Yeah, Sebastian, dude. Like, hey, if you're not watching this channel all the time, you're doing something wrong. This guy's got some good stuff on here. All right. You guys need to see that. I mean, if you haven't seen his printouts for his proxies, those things are legit. I gotta say, those things are.
The black and white proxies are fantastic.
Yes. I mean, if I could, I would. So that's good stuff. And then thanks for the beautiful mat for my brother.
Hell yeah.
That's good stuff.
Very nice.
Yeah. All right. And then, I need to give Feo a shout out because this is the tripod that he got for me. So thank you, Feo, for making this happen.
Feo's a real one.
All right. So the first off, we're going to do it the Horus package. So I run, of course, the 3M SETI. Need them. Gotta have them. Want them. And then I run one of the other names. Pretty standard for the Horus package there.
Okay.
All right.
So you play all the Horus guys then?
I'm sorry?
You play all the Horus guys then, except for the new one?
No, I don't play the new one. Yeah, I tried taking it, but just the because you have to have a Horus monster and the sarcophagus on the field for you to proc the effect. It's just a little too circumstantial for me.
That's right.
And it just wasn't really coming up, so I just decided to cut it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so for the Therion package, I run 2 King, 2 Lily.
Okay.
I run 1 Foom and 1 Alasia. So this is just the monsters. I would like to run more, but it's already a 45 card deck, and I feel like if I put too much in, it will clog it. So
that's fair.
And smaller package, and this is a 7, and it works out pretty well whenever I need to go into like 7 stuff. All right. So here's some spicy stuff. I run the 1 Assault Synchron and 2 Revolution Synchrons. These are awesome because you can synchro obviously into like a little synchro package, and then you can bring them back and synchro again with like 8 to go into a 9. So that's pretty fun.
I'm trying to figure out what the end game of this deck is. I know we've dueled before, but I don't know. I think you go a different line every time.
Yeah, it just changes up all the time. Here's some spice because I love my graveyard, but other people don't like my graveyard.
True.
So when I get scared, I have to have an out for it. So I run a small Cashier package. So I run 3 Fenrirs, 2 Unicorns, and 1 Rise Hearts.
Okay.
So if I get shifted, I kind of use this to help supplement and survive some of the being shifted. And I have some stuff in my extra deck to help with this as well. And of course, there's 7s I can use with Revolution Synchron to go into a 10. So those are really nice.
Heck yeah.
This actually worked out pretty good so far.
All right, nice.
All right, so another little mini package I run 2 Diabell Stars.
Bro,
it's good for yeah.
All these engines.
Because I needed a way to discard the Therions to the graveyard.
Makes sense.
And Yeah, so this is like a perfect way because you could just send a Therion to the graveyard, special summon this, set the subversion, and then you can pop off with your Therions. And then this could just be link fodder or something. So I love it. And if nothing else, it just forces interaction.
It's a level 7 too, right? If I'm not mistaken, it's level 8.
Yeah. Level 7, yeah, so you can use it for the Revolution Synchron and the Assault Synchron.
Synergy. The
rest of the monsters are run 2 of the Shufflers. This thing comes in handy so many times because I can just pitch it with the sarcophagus, and then I always threaten to shuffle stuff back into the deck. And of course, whenever they use the Flamberge effect, I just use this to shuffle stuff back into the deck, and then just turn that off. So it's been really cool. It's come in handy so many times.
That seems so
and they're afraid
wild.
of it too. People are afraid. They try to force it out all the time. All right, so that's my monster lineups. For spells, I run 3 of the King Sarcophagus.
3 of them.
I mean, some people, I love the 3. I run 2 this Colosseum. I love the Therions. I love the field spell. I think the field spell is like the best part. Like just the protection you get and stuff from it is just amazing. I love it. I run 2 Endless Engine Nagara system. It's good for like recursion. So like I actually won a game because they weren't able to deck me out because I just kept putting the cards back in the bottom of the deck. So that was fun. I also won because I was going against like a board that I was not going to break. My opponent had Psychic Ant Punisher, so I was running that and the field spell. So he couldn't kill me because he wasn't drawing any monsters. So I just kept putting all my stuff back and then forcing it out. So it was hilarious. He could have beat me, but I was like, well, I'm going to deck you out, or your life point burn is going to kill you. I run 1 Therion Charge to help with draw power.
Okay.
Help me dig into like the gold or the King Sarcophagus, or to dig into the Bashtian package. I run the 1 Birth because if you have Birth and the King Sarcophagus, bodies just keep coming back. True. And then they have to get rid of one of them, if not both. And then this also, if I have the Kashtira monster, I can use it to banish cards in the graveyard if they activate a spell card. So it's hilarious whenever because some people forget about this too. I don't think anymore. Yeah, I wasn't running this at the regionals. I wish I was, but I run 2 tuning because I can use this to get the monsters, or of course the 2 revolution or the assault, and of course it mills a card. So if I mill like a Therion or mill one of the Horus monsters, it's just good stuff, man.
Heck yeah.
2 triple tactics talents, board breakers, gotta have it.
True.
I run 2 wanted to help get the Bell Star to start the combo off, and of course running that with the subversion, so you can use the subversion to help like draw an extra card if you need to.
Right.
I even like set this card and I send it with the Lily effect to search for like one of the spell cards, and then I use the wanted to banish and put this on the bottom just to draw an extra card if I'm going first.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I love it. I checked 1 monster board. I just put this in. I actually really like it so far. I'm still testing it though. 1 call by because you gotta have it.
Right.
Shiny, but I gotta find one. That's all I had on hand. And then I run 2 Canopic.
What is the card?
I'm sorry?
I said, what is this card? I've never seen it before.
So basically, if it's sent from the hand or the field to the graveyard, you can set it back on the field, but it's banished when it leaves the field. And then while it's activated, once per name, I can special summon a Horus monster from the grave or from my hand when my opponent activates something. So anytime my opponent activates a card, I chain this effect to special summon one of the Horus monsters from grave or from hand. So I like having this because I can bring all the Horus monsters out, link, exceed, synchro them away, and then on my opponent's turn, I just bring them all back. And I've won because I got nibbed once, and I was like, okay, just set this. And then when they were trying to build their board, and I rebuilt my board because they just activated all of my Horus monsters back up.
Wait, that's not at once per turn?
It is not. It's only once per names, which means I can use this effect to get Mseti, use the effect to get Happy, use the effect to get I forget all the other Protector. So I can all the names I can get 1 of each on the field. So I get all 4 monsters back.
Damn, that's nasty.
Yeah, it is. And then of course you could pitch this for the effect of the King Sarcophagus and it'll set itself back. You can send it to the effect of Lily, it will come back. Send it for the Diabell Star, it'll come back. So like it has a lot of uses in the deck. So I really like it. Sometimes I see myself siding it out, especially like going second. I don't want to see it going second, so I sided out going second. But it's such a good card.
Mm-hmm.
And I run that too because there's no way to search it at the moment. So
okay, it's a continuous trap then, right? Yeah, well, it has to be.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, so for my extra deck,
mm-hmm.
my 3 links, SP Little Knight, Saryuja. This helps me dig into my deck for cards that I'm missing. So if I want to get to the Cashier package, I can link off all the Horus monsters into this, dig the deck for my other stuff, and I can, like, if I draw into the Canopic, of course, I can just set the Canopic, and then we're set for there. And it can special summon monsters from hand, so it's really good. And then just the out towers.
Yes. Yes.
Got it. You gotta have it, especially with Raid Raptor. Run into one big guy, one Shinger Law or Shinger Era, because it would just work so well with the Cashier package, and then you just sit on this if they shifter you.
Mm-hmm.
And then for my Exceeds, Buzz King, Galaxy Eyes, Photon Lord, Giant King Trainer, number 6, 81 or 83, 30. Yeah, I'm getting these all numbers mixed up. Sorry. And Sky Typhon. Like, these are, I guess these are like just the base 8s and stuff. I'm thinking about cutting this because I already have the Saryuja, and I feel like using all the resources to go into this is a little worse. But I'm still testing this one.
Draw 3 though.
Yeah, I get to draw 3, but the Saryuja like gets to dig to the deck for the cards that I'm looking for. So it's like sometimes I'm in a situation where it's like, okay, which one do you want to choose? Drawing 3 or digging to the 4? It's like rarely I get to use both.
Okay.
But using both just doesn't come up. It's either one or the other. So it's like having both just doesn't really benefit me much. Gotcha. So that's what I'm thinking about. But especially because extra space is pretty tight.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have a level 9, 2 level 10s, and a level 11. So going to Psychic Gun Punisher, Shenyang, Baron, and the Crocodilian.
The Crocodragon? Crocosaurus? What's it called?
Yeah. Jeez. Ravenous, Crocoddragon, Arcteus. Yeah, I'm butchering this name.
That's fine.
I'm butchering this name. I don't speak this language. I'm sorry. But yeah, this actually works out pretty well too. So if they shifter and I can, go into that or something, it's pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it.
Cool. Hell yeah, man. I mean, this is really saucy. I'm not gonna lie. There's so many things going on. Are you able to show us more or less like a test hand or a combo as far as like what the deck is supposed to like end on?
Yeah. So I guess it really depends on like if I draw the Kashtira monsters or if I go into the Therion stuff.
Or is this more one of those decks that's like Virtual World where you just freestyle?
I mostly freestyle.
Okay.
This kind of depends, but like if I can end the board with like Baron, obviously like ending the board with like a Baron, or even I can get both of these pretty easily on the same turn.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then usually I'll set up like this as a defense, so I can end the board with like this. That's and then enough. If I use the
that's scary enough. Sorry.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. And then I usually use the effect of the Baron. So like if on their turn, I'll use the effect to send it back to the deck, and then I can revive one of my Kashtira monsters, or just to like put pressure on there. Mm-hmm. Or I try not to bring out a Horus monster because I have ways to bring them out. But I know there's times whenever I have like those Revolution Synchron in the grave, right? So if I have like the level 2, the Assault Synchron. So if I have Assault Synchron in the grave, and I have the King Sarcophagus, then I can send this back to special summon this somehow, and then I can just synchro back into the Baron. I've done that before too.
Okay.
Of course, I usually do it my turn because otherwise the Baron ones wouldn't last on their turn.
Right.
That's come up a couple times, but yeah, it's a lot of freestyle stuff. Just I guess depending on what you see, but like ending with like this and like a Canopic is pretty amazing, and then having a full graveyard.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Action. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. There's certain interactions, like I said, like one of my favorite is like using the Lily. Like if I Lily effect to equip, say the Regulus. So I use the Lily effect, equip the Regulus, and if I have the, the wanted and the simple spoils out, right? So I can set this, use the effect to send this to grave, search for Therion charge, and then use the Therion charge to send this to grave, and then draw 2 cards, and then now you have like pretty much another draw because you can put this back on the bottom of the deck to draw an additional card.
True.
So if I get draw 3, actually in that particular sense, it's like drawing 3 cards is pretty good. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's pretty good. And you don't feel like not playing hand traps hasn't altered you at all, whatever it might be?
Oh man, that's actually a pretty good point. I just don't like hand traps, man. I feel like I always draw them too late. So I like my 6th card being an Ash or being the Jewel. It's like always a turn too late. So I opt with breaking boards. And honestly, like this deck doesn't really have that big of an issue breaking the boards, especially with like some of the cards. Like Subversion is a board breaker too, because they had to interact with like and then there's not a lot of negates now. So it's like if I get the Subversion, that already is going to force out interactions because a lot of times if I lead with the Bellstar, they think I'm going with Snake Eyes. So they think they let the effect go through because they think that I'm going to set the OSS, the original simple split. But when I put out the Subversion, they're like, wait a minute, you're not running that. So then I can force out interactions with this by putting monsters in the back row and then continue with my combos. I get rid of like the problem monsters first.
There you go. Yeah, Subversion is a really scary card. Honestly, extremely underrated, but a really saucy deck, dude. I appreciate you coming on the channel and showing it for us. I hope you'll be able to get some gameplay soon. Who knows, maybe sooner rather than later. We'll have to wait and see. But hey, man, congratulations on all your success coming up with this deck on the spot. Is definitely no easy feat. I can see the effort into it, and I appreciate you for it. But do you have any final words of wisdom, words of advice, if you will? Anyone looking to try maybe build this deck?
Yeah, I would say probably less Therions, but I just love the Therion package, so I'm gonna put more.
Cool, man. Wise words from a wise man. Well, I appreciate you coming on the channel, CJ. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming on and sharing your knowledge with us today. Guys, if you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe down below for more, and we will see you in the next one.
Like it.